Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am here with Nick.
What's up?
And of course, this is Josh. We're going to do a... Didn't introduce myself, but I think they know by now. We're hanging out here, and Nick is desperately wanting to play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I am making him join me for a discussion. This is kind of our official review discussion for the game. Nick, I wanted you to be a part of the BitBlock's review discussion.
The only reason you wanted me to be a part of it is because I didn't think it was going to be good.
Yeah, and I thought that people would find it so satisfying to hear you finally eat crow. Eat keese, as they would say in Zelda, which is the name of the bats.
No, that's true.
So
but why would that's a bat, not a crow? You're
going to eat them anyways. They're a flying being. Okay, so Nick, let's just kind of jump into it. Now, at the BitBlock, the reviews have kind of a setup to where we talk gameplay, visuals, audio, replay value, conclusion.
Yeah, that's your area, not mine.
Well, you're gonna follow it.
I'll jump in.
Well, so the gameplay, Nick, this is a very different Zelda game from any other Zelda game.
I will mention that what I mentioned at the release or the E3 preview is that it was a lot like Skyrim, an open world, and I am a huge fan of that because me and you are at very different points of the game, and there's just so much more that either one of us could do, and you'll never do the same thing I do.
That's what's so cool about the gameplay, because it is just this big, vast open world, and it's not a game that's like, no, you got to do this now, and then you got to do this, and then you got to do that. You just do
It's a completely free world, and free world is just an understatement. It is like a free universe. It is it is huge.
Massive.
I mean, one map, like one little section of the map, you would think was enough, but I don't even remember how many there are. There's like 9.
So the Great Plateau area that you start off in, that's the one Nintendo originally showed off. And I felt that was massive. I thought that was big. Like when we first started playing, you can't leave that area until you get your sail, the paraglider thing.
Right. And then you gotta go in.
But even when I was originally on that, I was like, man, this is pretty darn big. How much bigger could this game be? And it's like, oh my god.
I would have thought maybe like double that would have been good. But I mean, it's like I want to say there's like, and not all of them are the same size. Some of them are just big, absolutely massive.
Right.
And there's so many cliffs and there's so many areas to explore, and I never feel like I'm done exploring one area, and I feel like I missed so much and I got to go back.
It's a playground. This game is.
It is. I mean, you could follow like everybody's little missions, like side jobs, or you could just go straight to doing the ancient or the divine beast and then go against Ganon. But the side mission I want to do now is I want to literally take pictures of everything that's in the game, and that is something I want to do. And I'm sure there's somebody out there that thought of doing that already once they knew they could do that. But that is just one stupid thing that I think I could have fun with, and there's 100 ways of doing it.
And it's cool because doing that, you then can use the little tracker system to find where those things are.
You can use your Sheikah slate to find everything. Like I have a fire blade selected, and
you want to find more fire blades?
Yes, to go on display in my house. I'm collecting all of the element swords.
You want the glowy stuff. You want things to
thunder
glow.
Sword. I have every guardian weapon. I have the thunder sword.
Do you have every guardian weapon? There's like 5 or 6.
Okay, I don't have like the buzzsaw. That was the thing you wanted me to buy.
I wanted you to get that buzz.
No, I don't.
Wait, there's more than 5 or 6 actually. There's probably like.
You
10.
have the one-handed sword, the double-handed sword, the big hatchet. You have the spear.
I have them?
No, I'm saying this is all the things you can get in general. I think there's like 6 or 7.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing about this game is it's like it kind of reminds me of the way people would act during like the original Zelda game. I was incredibly young, but I'm aware of how that was. You know how like people be like, "Did you know if you put a bomb on this part of the wall, it'll blow up and there's a secret?" And there's like that's what this is. Like everybody, I feel like you can't even spoil this game because I want to be spoiled. I want people to say, "Hey, did you know you can do this? Did you know you can do this?" Because it's like, "Well, I didn't know that." That's what this game is. Like so many little tiny secrets everywhere you look. People will be playing this in 2-3 years and still be finding things that nobody really knew you could do yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty incredible. It's the best way to sum up the gameplay is this is just a frigging
I don't know. I will admit that I was wrong. And
my god!
I never do that. Ever. But this game is amazing. This is one of the only reasons I would get a Switch so far. Well, obviously, because one, two Switch.
That's not really a reason to get. That should be a free game in the system.
I really am upset at the same token, though.
What?
How are they going to top it?
Yeah,
I want a 4 swords kind of thing, like me and you were talking about. Or you know what would be even better is if somehow we could just join your world for a little while, like online, come to your world, see what's going on.
Oh, you mean multiplayer Zelda? Like you mean
cool.
Breath of the Wild, but you play it online?
Right.
Yeah, I mean I've thought about that too. How it would be really cool to have that.
It'd be like an Animal Crossing meets Zelda. Bam! I love it.
It'd be interesting, yeah. And I mean, I think that kind of comes from the idea that like we do, like when I'm watching you play, and then I play later, or if I play before, I do see things that you didn't see, or you see things that I didn't see, and so that's what's so cool about it. Oh, it's pretty awesome. This is
review wise 10.
This is like
I mean,
worth the wait, worth the 5 years of development.
It pleases me. It's got to be a 10.
Exactly. If you need a reason to buy this game, holy crap, Nick is smiling. And let's talk a little bit about how Nick has made a point to come over to my house constantly just to... He's using me for Zelda. I want to point that out. Just uses me for Zelda. Comes over. You've been over here from like 11 p.m. to like 3 in the morning. No, probably more than that.
Oh, it was 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Remember, it was a storm. Yeah,
right, there's like a tornado going on outside, but Nick found his way over here to play Zelda until 4 in the morning. All right, so let's move on now. Visuals. This is something you criticized quite a bit before playing it.
I've never really liked the art style of Zelda. I like a more realistic,
but that's interesting.
Either you go realistic or you go cartoon. But you go one or the other. I don't like... Zelda is a mash of like both. Like Link has, very realistic features, and then you have, like Beetle and a lot of other goofy things in there.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, some humans do look weirder. Link is probably the most normal-looking human.
Let's talk about like the little squirrely raccoon thing on. She's the researcher that you would obviously enjoy. That I do not like her, and
I don't like her either.
Oh God!
At the Hateno
Put a bullet in her
lab.
Yeah.
Put a bullet in her.
Oh, when she talked, I'm so happy you only had to do like 3 things, and then she doesn't talk anymore.
Listen, she's probably Ganon in disguise.
Well, you better grow a lot because she's short.
But has your opinion changed at all having played more of the game? Because I remember multiple times you're like, oh, look how pretty this is. So don't even try
the scenery and the landscape and everything in the game besides the towns
besides
are
the
wonderful.
Characters, you mean?
Well, okay, how about your favorite town? Not one weirdo in there.
You don't like the weirdos? The weirdos are fun.
It's just
Beetle
bizarre.
And what about the clearly homosexual 70-year-old man who builds you your house? He's awesome.
The guy that he's Hudson's friend. Yeah.
What are you talking about? You like those weirdos. You like Hudson. Nick like spent so much time to build up Terrytown or whatever it's called.
Oh, it was awesome.
And you're so excited about it.
You know why I was so excited? So I could get all the rare clothing before you could. Because I knew it would drive me nuts.
Well, I was finding it legitimate ways. I wasn't cheating for it.
I didn't cheat. I spent like 3 days doing all this stupid stuff. 50 bundles of wood, 30 bundles of wood, 20 bundles of wood. Go here, go there. Oh, God. But anyways, yes, the game is very...
pretty.
Beautiful, pretty. They did a very good job on like the grass, like me and you.
Oh my God!
You walk through the grass, even when you like slice and all the grass, cuts away, and then it just floats away with the wind. I mean, the weather drives me nuts. I really don't like the weather, but it is pretty. Great. Thunderstorms, wind, even the wind. They got everything.
Well, you don't like the weather because it prohibits.
Because I like climbing everywhere. I'm like Spider-Man. I find I climb every mountain I can, and I use every last bit of energy just to get to that one little cliff I know I can't get to.
I wonder if the climbing gear allows you to climb in the rain. It should, I feel.
I thought you said the rubber does that.
Maybe there's something that lets you climb. No, I said you might not get electrocuted if you're wearing the rubber.
Well, there's a bonus for having all 3 pieces of clothing.
Maybe you can.
I don't know.
I mean, part of me likes the idea of it being that realistic. Like, well, it's raining, so climbing this is going to be difficult.
Oh, that makes sense because, when you wear the Zora outfit, you can, dolphin up a waterfall that's 300 feet.
Did you just use dolphin as like a verb?
Yeah, because he's like this. I can't do it, but it reminds me like of a dolphin going in and out of the water.
Well, yeah, but there's certain elements that are fun to be real. Hey, visually, I think it's gorgeous. I think it's one of the prettiest looking Nintendo games. Like I've said before, I'm blown away by just the freaking ground. It's not even just grass either. It's like tons of different types of grass, and
and then you have like
weeds.
a Hyrule and herb there, and then you have like that.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's it's done very well.
Yeah, and it's weird that because you love it isn't even like you're against cartoony games because you love Animal Crossing and you like the way that looks.
Oh, I love Splatoon. I love Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mario Kart.
I love a lot, but I don't like.
But see, Zelda actually has been more cartoony than realistic. There's only like 2 sort of realistic Zelda games, and it's Twilight Princess and maybe Majora's Mask, but even that's cartoony. Like Twilight Princess, I think, is the only one that's really trying to look more realistic.
Yeah.
And that one is the one that looks the ugliest because it hasn't aged well. But like Breath of the Wild, that'll age well. Technically, the frame rate issues won't age well. But visually, in 10 years, that'll probably still be like, this is gorgeous.
You want to speak on visuals? How about no load times to go into a store? That is phenomenal.
That's amazing.
That's great, and that was one of the first things that when you played the game, you commented on. You were like, oh, there's no load time going to a store. So visually, other than it being beautiful, that it looks that great, and there's no load times. And you could go into a different world or a different region, and it just loads instantly.
No, yeah. Is there any, other than warping, when you warp somewhere else, that's when it will load. But other than that, there's no load. And then changing
the time, that's about it.
Oh, yeah, like when you
night and day.
Right. But other than that, you are not ever, which is amazing. When I realized that, like right when I went into a shop, I was like, oh, wait a minute, there's no loading. Link just busts open the door.
I was thinking like at sometimes like when the blood moon would happen, like sometimes like maybe it would have like this little, this what word I'm looking for?
Like it's secretly disguising.
Yeah. Like if you went into a certain part, like all of a sudden, oh, here come the blood moon.
So
here's
blood
load
moon
time.
It's based off of time passing,
right.
I think, or it's just random.
I've never really looked.
All it's doing, the reation that's in there is so that there are still enemies on the field.
Right.
It
Which
just
respawns.
Like.
I'm trying to clear out my whole entire area.
No, that'd be
kill or be killed, and I'm doing all the killing.
So yeah, let's move on really quick talking about audio. One of the things that I like about the game's audio is it's very different because they didn't constantly shove music in your face. They let you to just sort of enjoy the sound effects. Mostly, like when you're in a big field in a Zelda game, you hear that big grand music playing. But here you don't. You just hear the birds. You
just hear nature.
Right, which I like.
You hear wind.
Wind, yeah.
I mean...
You hear what's the thing that you don't think is an animal, but it is, and you think it's a person going like, woohoo.
Yeah.
Nick...
It was like the first time I played it, and I still have not seen that owl. If it's an owl, where is he?
You guys, Nick, every time the little...
You could shoot a little tiny, like sparrow. I could shoot a duck. I could shoot a fish. I could shoot everything in that game that is flying, running, or doing anything.
So you think it's some weird... Maybe it's the old man that makes the house for you.
I think it's a Korok messing with me. How about that guy? You like that guy?
Oh my god, the big fat slow Korok guy who dances and
changes your inventory. That's good.
That's good. Yeah, but see, so even though a lot of it does rely on sound effects, there is music in the game. I think the music is pretty great.
You have the music that it changes when you have enemies coming.
Towns have music.
Towns all have their own different. I think they all have
They all have different music. Yeah.
Because like your favorite town by the beach that has the
steel drums. Yeah.
That's a nice place to be.
So yeah, it's just really good soundtrack, and I like that you get to hear the sound. Like, can you think of any game where you're like, man, the sound effects are really good in this game? Like, I think this is the first time I've ever thought, oh man, listen to the sound effects.
Even the voice, even the voiceovers isn't bad. I don't mind.
No, there's only like one or two where it's like, oh boy, but then a lot of it is like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, most of them fit.
There was one of them.
Yeah, there was like one of them that we were like, yeah, didn't expect that voice out of him.
Was it the Goron guy?
Maybe it was the one that helps you.
Yeah,
the one with like the ponytail.
You were Durex, making fun of me saying that I had similar hairstyle to him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like just giant. And he was supposed to be like a warrior. Yeah, he was really puny voice.
Sort of had like a millennial Californian voice going on.
Oh, sorry guys.
But yeah, no, I hated the princess's voice, the Zora princess voice. She doesn't know how to deliver dialogue. It just sounded terrible. But yeah, most of them I think I'd rather there be voice acting. Like, this is the first time a Zelda game actually has voice acting, and I think it's good. Like, Zelda sounds good, I think.
And the only we talked about this, no voice from Link, and it's been that way. It's always been that way because no one will ever be happy with whatever voice they pick.
Anything.
But it just like drives me nuts that they even included that. Your silence tells me everything. It's like, really? You're going to throw that little jab in there that we're not going to make them talk?
But yeah, I wouldn't want Link to talk. Because I feel
I had my idea of what Link would sound like.
He'd sound like me, right?
Absolutely not. I would hate him.
See, there you go. That's why you shouldn't talk. Next, replay value. I think this is pretty obviously a game you could play for an insane amount of time. I mean, this is hundreds of hours, I would say, when all said and done.
Well, I will disagree at some point to that. Just because I'm not going to be able to transfer my file over to my Switch. So it drives me nuts that I'd have to start completely over. And I have so much that I've done. And there's so much I want to do and where I'm at. And there's going to be people commenting saying, oh, well, you could do it all over again. It won't take you that long. Or you could do this and you can try it. Yeah. There's tons of replay value on your current save file. You could do so many different things. Is there a replay value from starting over? I guess there is. I mean, you could do stuff different.
So my thing is, you're going to get a Switch for Mario Kart, of course, and then, maybe a few months will pass and you haven't played Zelda for a while, and then you might be like, all right, I haven't played it for like 2 months. I'd replay all that over again. So it might be that. Or you could call Nintendo and be like, hey, I've been playing on another system. I want this to transfer over.
Do it now!
Yeah, like there's users on the account. Like you play under Nick on your Switch. So you should be able to take that save data and transfer it to another system. I would think you
should be able to.
Maybe eventually they'll update it by the time you'd want to do it or something. I don't know. But
I would be just so disheartened that I'd have to start all
you get to
over
come
again.
over and hang out with me, buddy. Non-stop, forever.
Oh, God.
Hundreds of hours with me.
I think I've already logged 100 hours.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know really what to say. It's just one of those games where there's so much to see, so much to do, side quests.
Earlier in the discussion, I said that you can do, now the Sheikah Slate thing, you could take hundreds of pictures, and then you could literally go find every one of those things, or I don't even know what happens. You have all the memories that you have to go see. Yeah. Literally kill every animal.
Kill every animal is on your to-do list? How horrible.
Like the geese or ducks flying in the sky that I haven't hit yet, I want one.
You'll go by like a fox on your horse, and you have to pull out your blade and kill the fox. I don't do that.
And then you know what I'm mad about? I gotta get off my horse and go get the meat, because I don't want to lose that. I'm gonna need it in battle.
Well, sometimes you won't even care about the meat. You just wanted to kill the poor fox. With me, I don't kill for no reason. Like, I'm not like you. You're just such a violent player.
Here, side mission, riding a bear. Done it. Got a picture of it.
You took a picture of his butt. I want to point that out.
Did you? Why are you looking at my photos?
Because
you jumping in my safe file.
Because you took it on
You better not be.
You took it on the system.
Oh, because I didn't have the camera function yet.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, but
Nick's very jealous. Nick's very jealous that I found the perfect white horse. Which is an amazing
horse.
God-like
You looked it up where that horse was, and I know
I did not. I stumbled upon it. Guess what I named my horse? The perfect God-like horse. What did I name?
Yeah, here it is.
I named it Trump.
Throw a Trump comment in.
So this, yeah, I mean, as far as...
There's replay value in everything. I mean, you could go different ways. You could start, like, you don't need to go, like, like, we went to the prey, what's the demon-like prey statue? You could switch your stamina out for hearts.
Uh-huh.
Where, you could go get the Master Sword day one if you wanted to. And you could make fighting Guardians so much easier. Or you could do it the right way and not know anything about it and just think that you got to go get the Master Sword and go get all the shrines.
I'm amazed you haven't talked about one aspect of replay value that I think you've been into and I can see you getting more into is cooking.
Oh,
you
yeah.
love taking all the different collectibles, like food elements, and trying to find new little...
But see, I kind of ruined it by looking up some recipes.
Yeah, you little cheater.
But at the same time, there's 5 ingredients. You can make so many things with 5 ingredients.
So much.
And you literally can't mess it up, but yes, you can. That's like one thing said. It's like, yes, throw anything together that you think sounds good. You can't mess it up, and then you throw a bunch of things hodgepodge together, and then all of a sudden I get a dubious food.
Yeah, you're really unanimous.
But I am on the Chef Ramsay.
Chef Ramsay is starting his own Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Me and him
website.
You can have who's the guy that's the cake boss? You guys can make monster cakes. There is so many things to do. Like I really do wish there was like just a fishing aspect of the game. Like
that is something we both agree on.
Yeah, I love that you could just swim or like even I know there's so much in the game, but like diving for shells instead of just picking up on the shore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much more the game engine could take if we did that.
It could do it, yeah.
But I mean, there's really not. I mean, there's a lot of ponds and water and waterfalls and rivers, but I would say just like it doesn't have to be every one of them, but something put in a game where it's 15 foot down and you can dive down for a shell. Make it just the ocean.
One of the I mean, in past Zelda games, you've been able to go under the water. Right. You've been able to swim underwater, and so it's weird that you can't in this. And I felt like that would have made better use of the landscape because not only would you have everything we do now, but you'd also have under the ocean.
I mean, and then maybe somebody could make you like a crossbow, like a harpoon gun. You don't have to fish.
And you could throw the harpoon gun.
Yeah, I mean, you could dive underwater and shoot. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you could use your spear. Yeah.
I guess the only thing is like then they have the treasure chests under there that use you use the magnesis or whatever.
Yeah, but you don't have to have the treasure chests that are metal. You could just have
you could have wooden ones underneath there.
You could have stone ones.
In the metal ones, you can only get above the land.
Right.
And
so it has to be near an island.
We just fixed that.
Or you have to have your sail.
But one thing,
like that would be cool. Like there's no islands around.
Does the boat paddle not work as a way to use that? I've never tried it, but I think that's a huge missed opportunity because you can get a boat. You can
get an oar, but you can't use it.
Yeah, but you can't use it as the boat paddle.
Yeah, but you can get a soup spoon, but you can't use that.
For what?
You can use it
For
for a
getting
weapon,
soup?
but I would think it'd be cool. Like, the only way you could cook is if you had a soup spoon.
Or if using the soup spoon, you can make something else or something. Yeah.
Right.
There's a few elements like that, which is like, wait a minute. Because like sometimes sailing, you just have to constantly tap that darn button and it doesn't really go as fast as you want. So it'd just be neat to have like the oar or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if that was a glitch or the one time I charged up the leaf.
I think that was a glitch.
All of a sudden, I was right at the butt end of the boat, and then I let go of the charged leaf. And then the boat just went like 250 miles an hour, and it just like zipped out of the water. And I was just, it was like a cartoon. It was like,
skipping like a little.
yeah.
Ding, ding.
I do think that's a missed opportunity.
Well,
I
I
think
think
diving
the
in general.
biggest-
Oh, we're missing another subject.
Which is?
Another missed subject.
Well, I think the fishing rod was one.
Right, but I know this discussion is going longer than you wanted, but
No, this is about normal.
okay.
We're almost done.
I hate, but I have Sheikah Slate. You could highlight any weapon and go find it, and like I just started doing, I have to go get the champions weapons because I broke mine, and I really am upset about that. So I'm glad that they actually put that in there where I can get new ones made, and it doesn't cost a lot. Except I sold my diamonds to buy all the rare clothing so Josh didn't have it. But I wish weapons could be repaired.
So that's something that's been a topic that a lot of people talk about.
There's
how
every town
things break very easily, is what they're saying.
Right. Every champion's town, there's a blacksmith. They're not all blacksmiths. One is that princess's guard or whatever, but there should be just like one shop that is just after. I don't even care what you do or if it's right in the beginning or anything, that they repair certain regions' weapons. Like I don't know I don't even know where you get like the Goron City. They could repair all the fire swords and stuff like that. I think that would be cool. And it costs you like same thing with getting the repair, like a diamond, 5 flint, and 2 bundles of wood. Nothing crazy, but it just sucks to have like something nice and you use it like 3 times chopping a tree down or something stupid, and it's like a level 40 sword, and then you chop a tree down twice, and it's like, oh, it's badly damaged. What the hell did I do the damn thing?
That's why you need to use the woodcutter's axe for that job.
Well, my inventory
You're using these amazing weapons on a tree.
They're supposed to be amazing, not just on a tree. I mean, this is a thing that can just like kill 6 people in one swipe, and it's a tree. Come on.
Well, you need that. See, that's the thing. You need to use the right tools for the right jobs.
I have read that, and I have read many things.
You're not alone in this. Don't worry.
But I am disagreeing. I know there are people out there, and I'm just disagreeing that one other aspect of the game is
repairing weapons at a shop could have been something.
Even take it to the research lab.
I think they probably thought of this and eventually decided against it because they liked the idea of you always being excited to find new weapons. If you could repair them quite easily, then you wouldn't have that interest in caring about what weapons are dropped from enemies. So that kind of... That's an exciting feature for me. I like when it's like, oh, what does this guy have? I killed him. Oh, he's got this weapon. Okay, cool. So it's like you're always cycling what weapons you have, and I think that's kind of part of the fun.
Pretty much, yeah.
And if they didn't break, you wouldn't have that element anymore.
There's sometimes I find myself not getting rid of a badly damaged thing because I like it, and then I don't want to use it, but then I'm like,
I have my little fish.
I need something.
My little fish shield is going to break really easily.
You don't have Terrytown's shield, I do.
I don't. I'm going to burn Terrytown to the ground.
You don't have Terrytown.
I'm going to burn it to the ground just to spite
I
can't burn it.
I do like that it makes you cycle through weapons, and like I was at what was the Divine Beast that I was at? The Lizard, and I literally had shit for weapons. I had nothing. I had a lot of bomb arrows.
What if there was like an elixir or something that you could pour on the weapon and then that would rejuvenate?
Or like a monster extract. Like, we make that
something
worthwhile.
That's like a rejuvenating thing that brings the weapon back up to health.
Right.
That way it's like you need that.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like the Master Sword. Where
maybe some way I agree that like, because there's been times where I'm like, I really like this sword. It's going to break. I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm going to go put it on the wall in my house.
I mean, if you want to go down the road of swords and things breaking all the time, how come your clothing doesn't rip and you have to take it to somebody? I mean,
my tights rip all the time. I roll around in the grass. Do you know how many pairs of those stealth tights I've bought? I'm up to 7.
I have more outfits than you. That's sad.
Which is sad, yeah. What's going on there?
I don't know.
Mine are mostly just the tights, and I just dye them different colors.
Because you don't want to go to the cold area. You don't like.
I hate the cold areas.
That is my exploration tonight.
Okay. Let's just conclude it here. I mean, one thing I do want to jump in real quick. We were talking about this briefly. There should be a fishing rod, and you should be able to fish. Like you cast the rod into the water, and then you fish that way.
Right.
That would have been way more interesting. I would have liked that a lot.
I think you would have done one or the other, because if you would have done it like Animal Crossing, where you just fish with a rod and then you got to press A to pull it up, or jerk up with one of the Joy-Cons, I don't know if I would enjoy that. I would think you have to go one or the other, either diving or fishing.
I'd go with the fishing. I like
okay,
that.
so do you see shadows like Animal Crossing, or is it just random?
Well, there's Twilight Princess has fishing, and there's a rod. Zelda Twilight Princess.
Did you have bait?
I don't recall. But there was a really amazing fishing pond that you could go out in a boat in, and you could fish. And it used the motion controls with, like, you'd reel with the nunchuck, and you'd pull up with the weird...
How do I not remember this?
I don't know, but we're going to play that in the summertime on an episode
we
full,
should.
and you are going to enjoy it. I know you will. And there's a whole bunch of different types of fish you can get. I wish
you
that...
don't know what I'll enjoy. Don't tell me.
Was I right about this, or was I right about this?
No, the first three...
Yes,
we'll look at the reactions, because you looked pretty disappointed when we first saw this.
My reactions, I was nearly in tears with how joyful I was with this. So yeah, in conclusion, this is a great game, and Nick wants to play it right now. He probably wants this to end. So
and the quote from Billy from Varsity Blues, I give it a 10!
Okay.
That's been in my mind. I can't say the rest of it, but if you know the movie, you'll get it.
I'd give it a 9.5. 9.5?
I really can't give it a 10 because we've discussed on things I wish were...
Well, but that's the thing, though. I feel like you can... This game does have issues, but it's the stuff that it gets right that is so fantastic that I don't care about any of the issues. Like, it does so many things right that it doesn't matter that it's got a few flaws. It's kind of like me, Nick. It's like being friends with me.
No,
there might be some
you only
times
do like
where...
a few things right, and you
might
have
be
a lot
some
of
times where I
flaws.
do one or two things wrong that you get annoyed with, but it's just the grand scheme of how great I am that keeps you coming back for more.
We got to end this because there's like a million things popping in my head that I'm just mad about that are flawed, that I just hate that where I'm at in the game that I should have had in the beginning.
So Nick, Breath of the Wild, your final statement, because people remember that video. People wanted me to fire you. They said get rid of Nick.
Find my W2 and then you can.
But I think you've redeemed yourself. You very much enjoy it. You're obsessed, and
I don't ever admit really when I'm wrong because I'm Italian, but I'm gonna say I was wrong with Breath of the Wild because it is I am an addict.
You are.
First 2 weeks I could not leave.
He sends me text messages when he's at work in the middle of the night saying, "I wish I had Zelda. I'd be playing it right now." Text me pictures of playing Zelda. He wants me to text him pictures of me playing Zelda in the middle of the night.
Just so I know how far ahead of the game I am in. It's really my scheme.
All right, guys. Nick, thank you for joining me for this discussion. He's looking at those Joy-Cons. He is ready.
Actually, I'm looking at my water cooler. It's a water over on the counter. I gotta go.
Okay. Guys, keep it locked right here to the BitBlock for a lot more Nintendo Switch coverage. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.